right now to get on the Haunted Mansion, you have to join a virtual queue. You don't have to pay. And you can do the same thing in Disneyland or in Disney World. Like you can just do the virtual queue for some of those rides. Like you can try to just do the virtual queue. You don't have to pay.
Right.
But in Disneyland, there are two rides that if you want to get on, you got to pay for. The Cars ride, you got to pay. And if you want to do Rise of the Resistance, you got to pay. There's no virtual queue. At least
they don't have one.
They don't have. There's no virtual queue options. At least in Disney World, you can do the virtual queues for the rides that you can pay to play on. You know, and Haunted Mansion is just virtual queue. It's the only way to get in that get on that ride.
Yeah.
And I think that's how they should do the parks. Period. Everything should just be virtual queue. It's like waiting. You just wait like your deli number, and you're like, we virtual queued this at 10, this at 11, this at 12. And we got Jungle Cruise at 10, we got Haunted Mansion at 11, we got whatever at 12. And the rest of the time, you're in the, even if you get in that's your virtual queue time, like you still have to wait in the line. You're not going to just walk through. Like, even though we had the virtual queue for Haunted Mansion, we still waited like 20 minutes. But what's 20 minutes? What's 20 minutes?
20 minutes is fine.
Especially when the queues are engaging. 20 minutes is perfect.
Yeah.
20 minutes, 30 minutes, a little bit of a stretch for kids my age. 20 minutes was fine. You get out of that ride, you get a snack, you go to the next ride. And then you get in that queue in your virtual queue time. Everything should just be virtual queues. There shouldn't be any reason for waiting more than 20 to 30 minutes to get on a ride.
Yeah. No, I mean, if they're going to have this many people in these parks and they're there and they're buying slushies and hats and everything, so they don't not want them in there in the park. They're staying in the hotels and all the stuff. You have to find a better way to do it because you can't have kids waiting over hours in line. It's bad value. It's a little bit classist,
Oh, it's definitely classist. It's absolutely classist.
It creates like a caste system in the park where there's people who can get on stuff and people who can't. We had a couple fast lanes when I went to Disney World just recently where it was comical, like the amount of people we skipped, and I felt bad. I actually felt bad. I'm like, wow. We just walked by everybody. This doesn't even seem real. And it's because we paid the extra money for the fast pass.
Yeah, I mean the Roger Rabbit ride in Disneyland was 50 minutes, and we had gotten like a multi-lane bonus because Mickey's ride went down. So you get like the Any Pass, right? They like give you the free one.
Give it to you for the whole day. They just open it up.
Yeah, and you just cash in when you want it. So we're standing at Mickey's, and Bethany's like, "Let's just go over to Rogers." And the fast pass to get on Rogers is maybe 20 steps. And you're on that ride. I was like, we just blew by people who've been waiting here for 50 minutes to get on Roger Rabbit's spin car, which I love Roger Rabbit. You know that. I love Roger Rabbit. That ride's like a C+ maybe.
Yeah.
My son liked it because you could spin the car. But he doesn't know who Roger Rabbit is. I was doing and he had no clue what I was doing.
No. It's that ship has sailed 40 years ago.
20 steps. We were on that ride. I was like, we just blew by everybody.
I know.
But if you had a virtual queue, if there was virtual queues all day and that was one of your virtual queue options that you picked, let's say they give you one every hour for the day that you're there, and you pick yours one for every hour, and then then you get on, and that you picked Roger Rabbit. We're going on Roger Rabbit at 2, so we got to wait till 2. But whatever, you just kind of go through the day then, and you know what you're going on when you're going on it, and you give people options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's doesn't have any validity. You have to do something, I guess. Do better, Disney. Do better. And I know this is a problem for many a theme park. I mean, Universal has some of the same challenges, and even
Six Flags.
all over the world. Yeah, I mean, there's
Sometimes.
the good rides everybody wants to go on, and there's always a line. But if you can't, any, all right, this is the last thing I'll say.
Say it.
Any e-ticket attraction that you are building today as a theme park, we have knowledge now. This is not the Stone Ages, right? You know what's going to happen, right? You've got to build stuff that's as high a capacity as you can. And I think that's why there's some ride. I'm curious what happens with Epic Universe and all that stuff, because they're building a coaster and there's 2 tracks and they're just trying to find a way, I think, to drive more capacity through these rides. When you have a ride where it's low capacity, like the Roger Rabbit ride, which was built in 1988, whenever it was built, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So everyone needs to be thoughtful and do better. And that's what I got.